Hey you guys, how you doing? Hope our week is good. I want to talk to you today about building some muscles. Yeah, they're getting bigger, don't you worry. My 3 pound weight is paying off, don't hate. But yes, today about muscles, which by the way, did you know that in the human body there are anywhere between 600 to 840 muscles? I didn't know that. When I found out, I was like, wow, I can name about 5 or 10 at most. So I thought that was pretty cool. But listen, I'm in the middle of a transformation, and my amazing coach Jessica, who I thank you so much for everything. She's helping me. She gets me on a nutrition plan. She's my accountability partner. She's sends me audios in the morning to make sure I get my butt up and moving. She's an awesome leader, and she's been helping me out a lot and teaching me what works and what doesn't. And I was telling her the other day, I was like, what used to work for me before is not working now, and I need to make some changes. And it got me thinking about that. A little over a year ago, I decided to do an internal transformation. And what I mean is that, it's great to look great on the outside. You want to look your best. You want to, feel great. But beauty fades. Beauty really does fade. And it doesn't matter how good you look on the outside. If the inside is not right, if your mind, if your spirit, if your heart are not right, all that perfect 10 looking is gonna last, I give you 2 weeks, a month. Yeah. So I decided that I needed to have a self-awareness check. I made a list of 5 things representing what I thought was the 5 major groups of muscles. And I picked 5 areas in my life that I wanted to improve, that I know I needed to. And one of them, the first one, was becoming a better mother. Those are my daughters, and I want them to grow up to be the young ladies that God made them to be. And the best way for them to become that is for me to teach them morals, to teach them about right and wrong, to teach them about love, to teach them about forgiveness, to teach them about the word, to teach about trusting God. So many things, finances, and just so many things. And I said, God, I need you to give me that wisdom. Put me, get me the right resource to show me, and I had to really pray on that. And now my goal every day is, what can I teach my daughters? Because they're everything to me. I consider that, the becoming a better mother, to me, I chose that as the deltoids, back muscles, because I have to be able to help them carry them into adulthood, help them, walk them into their purpose that God planted in them. And I have to help develop them, if that makes any sense. So that's why I chose that. In the Bible, it says, train a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not turn from it. And this is so true, because when I was younger, my mother, she constantly planted, seeds of, have faith in God, have trust in God, do the right thing, don't hold grudges, be forgiven. And I can't thank my mom enough for planting that seed, for always instilling that in me, because now that I'm an adult, I get it. I understand. And I remember, no matter what's happening, God is for me. He goes before me. And my mom always taught me about that. So thank you, Mom. I love you so much, Mommy. Sorry. Damn it. The second thing that I really needed to work on as well was confidence. I chose confidence as the obliques, which is the core, because I felt that this was a huge internal issue with me. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I was highly insecure, couldn't look at myself in the mirror. I was bothered by everything about myself. I hated that I was half deaf. I hated that I had to wear hearing aids when I was in elementary school, and I got picked on and shoved in garbage cans, and I used to take my long hair and hide my ears so nobody would see them. And I hated that I couldn't read good, and I had to stutter for a little bit, and I hated so many things. And because I hated myself, I lacked so much confidence in my ability to do things. And that carried into my adult life. And when that started carried into my adult life, it became difficult for me to achieve my goals because I didn't think I could do it. I didn't have that belief. I didn't have that confidence in myself. But at the same time, I didn't have that confidence in God. I didn't fully believe that I needed God confidence. In Jeremiah 17:7, it says, "But blessed is the man who trusts in the Lord, whose confidence is in him." And I had to learn that, yes, while gaining confidence is important, I had to have confidence that he planted a purpose in me, and that he knows what he's doing in my life. And my job is to walk in faith and walk and be strong and be courageous in that and walk in that. So that was the second thing. The next thing, keep doing this. Keep losing my spot. The next thing is self-control. Don't laugh when I go and I tell you about the muscle that I'm using for this. But I use the glutes. I'm not even going to tell you why, because I'm going to start laughing like crazy. It took me 10 minutes to not even. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you it's the glutes. Self-control, because self-control is not just overcoming temptation. It's not just not giving in to temptation. It's also taming your tongue. It's also controlling your anger, controlling your emotions, controlling how you respond to things. Because of that, Proverbs 29:11, "A fool gives full vent to his anger, but a wise man keeps himself under control." And I was so quick to get upset, to snap about every little thing when something didn't go my way. I promise you, everybody knew about it. And it was causing people around me, the ones that I love, to be embarrassed to be around me, because I was just such a little hothead. I mean, you saw something to me I didn't like, I was like this. Thankfully, I'm not that person anymore. I have drastically, thank you, Jesus, for your grace. Yeah. And it was something I knew I needed to work on and needed to fix, because I have 3 daughters watching me. But not only that, it's just I wanted to be a better person. I didn't want to carry that anymore. Maybe that's something that you need to work on. Just a little food for thought. The next one is perseverance. I like to call this the quads, which are the legs. Why? Because there's going to be times in life where you're going to want to give up, like I did so many times. I was like the queen of quitting everything. I mean, if you did something and I didn't like it, I was like, if I didn't like a job, the way my boss was treating me, I quit everything. If something was too hard, I was trying to take a test, it didn't work out. It was bad. So I decided that perseverance, sticking it out, pushing through, was something that I begged God to help me with, because quitting everything will get you nowhere. I mean, I was finding myself in the same cycle, going through the same financial troubles, going through the same trust issues, going through the same health issues, because I kept giving up everything I started. And the reason I picked the quads is because your legs is what they plant you, they move you forward. You need perseverance. You have to pray and ask God for that spirit of perseverance to help launching you forward. Because if not, every time you quit, you're going to get so frustrated that you're going to have to keep starting over. And that was me for so many years. So perseverance, you guys. The other muscles, plural, that I decided that I needed to really work on was joy. And to me, this was my biceps and my triceps, because I needed to be able to just stop being a Krabby Patty. I could have been on SpongeBob, because every little thing, every morning, what? Good morning, what are you saying good morning about? What is so good about this morning? I mean, I was bad. I found an issue with everything. I was constantly cranky. I had a reason for all of my crankiness. I felt it was all justified because this one didn't do this and this one did this to me, and it was just like, no. My joy does not come because if everything is going great. My joy comes from the Lord. There's a verse in the Bible that says, "The joy of the Lord is my strength." And I have learned to repeat that and profess that every day now. Why? Because it is so true. My joy doesn't come from another man. My joy doesn't come from money. It doesn't come from a job title. It doesn't come from somebody validating me. No. I know who I am now. I was made in God's image, and my joy comes from Him. And that's what you have to remember. You have to choose every morning when you wake up. You have to choose on purpose to be happy. You have to say, I don't care what doesn't go my way today. I know that God is for me. And that was something that I had to instill. I had to remember that even when things were going like, I feel like it was a tornado of chaos sometimes happening. Because we all go through those seasons. Every one of us. Nobody's life is perfect. So I had to remember Romans 12:12. Be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, when all that stuff is going on, and faithful in prayer. Every day I had to thank God. Every day I have to declare it. The joy of the Lord is my strength. The joy of the Lord is my strength. Because if not, everything else will start to consume you. So my question for you today is, what 5 muscles are you going to start putting into work internally? Is it going to be your faith? Are you going to work on your anger? Maybe it's managing your finances. Maybe it's forgiveness. Maybe it's laser focus and just zooming in. What are you going to choose to work out internally? Because remember, beauty, it fades. But this inside, that's forever. That's what God sees. That's what's going to excel you. That's what's going to launch you forward. So, pick the muscles that you're going to work out. Get a piece of paper, start writing them down, and put them to work. You're going to see that a year from now, if you stick to it and you be consistent with it, God is going to shape and he's going to transform and he's going to change so many things for you. You're going to see things happen that you never thought and you never imagined. But you have to start taking a step first. You have to pick up that weight first. You have to pick up that pencil and you have to start writing it down. You have to be humble. You have to go to God and say, God, I need help in these areas. I want to change these things. It's not just for yourself. It's changing your family's future. It's changing your future generations. It's changing the outcome and the purpose of all those who know you. You don't understand that you changing things internally with yourself. Somebody is waiting on the other side of your obedience, of growing internally. Somebody needs to hear you talk. Somebody needs whatever skill that it is that you have, whatever purpose that God put in your life. Somebody is waiting on the other side of your obedience. What muscles are you going to start working out in? What muscles are you going to build? Because remember, if you're not growing, you're slowly dying. And that's not something you want to be doing. So, I'm sorry this is long, but it was something that was much needed. I needed to just share this with you because I'm looking back, I'm going through my journals, and it's like, wow. Look how much grace God has shown me. Look how much mercy, look how much growth. Keep at it, you guys. Be consistent. And I'll see you guys soon. Stay blessed.